started for our youth vision mapping event. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the first time I've ever held a youth vision mapping event or done this workshop with my children. So I'm thanking my children for participating with me this year, and I'm thanking all of you for digging deep down in your hearts and into your life and writing down some goals and a vision for yourselves this year. I wanted to teach you all a little bit about Work Hard, Smile Large before we get started and how Work Hard, Smile Large came about. So my family, when I started my family about 11 years ago, we were working really hard to try and buy a new house and to try and support our little kiddos and our babies and get everything for them. And it was really hard to work every day of the week, really, really long hours. And so I created a family mantra that I used to say to my babies since they were really, really, really little. And I would say, work hard, smile large. So they knew that every time that I was at work, that I was thinking about them and I couldn't wait to get home and smile with them. So as they got bigger and started growing up and we're talking a little bit more, we kind of created a little mantra that we'd say to each other. And I would say, work hard, and they would say, smile large back. And so it's grown with our family over the last 11 years, and it's grown with my real estate team and every meeting I have. When I end my meetings, I always say work hard, and anybody that's at my meeting, even if we're on Zoom and I've never met them before, they say smile large, because somehow along the way, I share it with everybody I know. So let's fast forward a little bit. 2 years ago, my family moved from one state to another, and it was fun. It was our adventure. And I decided that our new community would love learning about Work Hard, Smile Large. And so we decided to launch Work Hard, Smile Large into our new community, but do it even better. So we created a logo and we created social media pages. And here we are with a vision mapping event. So everyone can enjoy it with us. And hopefully all of you little kiddos can use Work Hard, Smile Large and our little mantra with your friends and with your family too, because it feels really good to work really hard at what your goals are in sports and school and your life. And it feels really good to smile after all your hard work, okay? So let's practice really quick. I'm gonna say work hard, and you're gonna say, okay, one more time, work hard, smile large. Okay, so that is something that you can do every single day when you're studying for your spelling tests or getting ready for a big game or a performance in front of people. You can know that all your hard work is going to allow you to smile. So vision mapping, because now you kind of understand a little bit about Work Hard, Smile Large. I'm going to get into vision mapping a little bit after this. Our mission this year, so you guys understand what my goals are and what's on my vision map for myself and my family, and what my daughter's vision maps have on them, is that more people learn about Work Hard, Smile Large. Because we know that our friends that say work hard, smile large with us, and that try really hard at their goals and what they're expected to do, are always smiling large and supporting one another. So our goals this year for Work Hard, Smile Large is to teach every child to help their friends more, to believe in each other, to support each other, and to help their family and their friends just understand that their hard work is worth it and that you're cheering them on along the way, okay? And we will have more events this year. We'll have an end of school party. We'll do some other stuff virtually on Zoom so you can come on and join us. But we want you to feel like you're a part of what we do for our lives and our business. So we always have meetings and stuff. Well, guess what? You guys can have fun meetings with your friends too. And you guys can get together and you guys can talk about what you're doing and what you're working on. And you guys can cheer each other on, right? Like, why do you have to wait to get old and all serious like us to have meetings with your friends? So you know what that's called? Collaboration. So I want to teach you guys how important it is to learn from your friends and learn from people around you, because it was really hard for me when I had to go out in the scary world and like work, and I just was very nervous and stuff like that and uncomfortable. But I realized that I learned so much from the people around me and that they were there to help me learn too. And so once I let my nerves go away and I realized that that's how we all grow, is that we learn from one another and we collaborate. So this year, I want you to take Work Hard, Smile Large with you. I want you to work with everybody around you, and I want you to cheer people on because it feels really good for you and you guys can accomplish more together, right? That's all teamwork. So Work Hard, Smile Large is about teamwork for us adults, taking what we're learning in our life and our world and sharing it with you in your educational career and in your hobbies and things like that. And you guys can have meetings with us too. So we're just going to do it all different. We're not going to worry about the candy and the ice cream and stuff. We're going to worry about saying work hard, smile large, and putting smiles on people's faces this year. Does that sound good? Perfect. Okay. So now a little bit about vision mapping. 6 years ago, it was introduced to me, and I was in a little fun networking group, and I did it that first year. And I'm going to show you guys some examples really quick so you can see how big my vision map started. They started like really big. So you can make them as big or small as you want, and you can put as many pictures on them as you want, okay? Sayings, pictures, or anything like that. Then I realized when I did my map, I had so much stuff on it. And at the end of that year, when I made steps towards my goals, I was like blown away. It was like magic to me. So I want you all to think about writing all the little steps that you can take towards your goals, because that's what our vision map is. We can always write really big goals, but those goals take steps, and we need to cheer you on along the way. So think about those steps so we can all check in on our maps together and we can take those steps towards our big goals. Sound good? Yep. Okay, perfect. So today, I'm going to let everybody independently work on their vision board, but we're going to have some special guest speakers talk to us about mapping and about a couple different topics. And one of the speakers is all the way in Colorado joining us. And she lived in Austin for a little bit too, but she's in Colorado, and she's done some cool things that she's taught me to help me stay calm when I'm up talking in front of people, because it makes me really nervous. So she taught me some breath work, which is some fun breathing exercises. And I wanted to share it with you today because she's going to give you some skills to use your breath every day in your life and while you're working on your vision maps and your goals this year. Does that sound good? Okay, so I'm going to introduce Miss Britley Ann Williams, who's going to be joining us. And you guys can hear a little bit about what she has to teach you to help you every day, okay? All right.
Hey, hi, everybody. How are we doing? Seeing a lot of faces around. You're doing good. I'm so excited to see your vision maps and for you guys to create today. And what I want to help you with is something that you guys have a limitless and infinite amount of inside of you all the time, and that's your breath, right? And it's so automatic. We don't even think about it. But we're going to talk about that a little bit today. And before we get started, I have a fun little riddle. I want to see who can get this first. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Now we can. Okay, you ready? This is the riddle. Anyone can hold me, even without their hands, yet no one can do it for long. What am I? Just shout it out if you got it, or if you think you've got it.
A clock.
What was it?
Clock. A clock.
Okay, not quite, but good guess. Give you a few more seconds. Anyone can hold me, even without their hands, yet no one can hold me for long. You ready for the answer? It's our breath, right? We can hold our breath without our hands, but not everyone can hold it for super long. Good job. So why is our breath so important? Well, breathing, like water and food and our comfy houses that we live in, are fundamental to our life, right? Every little cell in our body requires oxygen to survive. And with every inhale through our nose, oxygen flows to every part of your body and creates energy, right? So that's what lets us move and run and dance and sleep and play, is this ability for us to breathe. And with every exhale, every time we breathe out of our nose, we're breathing out and releasing toxins and carbon dioxide and everything that soothes us all the way from our head down to our toe. Okay. So most of the time we are breathing without even thinking, right? How many of you are thinking about breathing right now? Right? It's nature's automatic way of calming our system and keeping us alive. And when our bodies become stressed or we feel overwhelmed, what happens is our breathing patterns become a little bit more shallow. So they come a little bit faster and a little bit more shallow, the more overwhelmed we get, right? Think about who's ever ran around or played soccer and you get really out of breath because your body is running and you're moving. Yeah. And so you kind of have to gasp for air, right? And so when we're stressed or when we're feeling overwhelmed or nervous, our body is doing that same thing. Our breath is really shallow and quick, right? And so when we get to become aware and we get to notice our breath, then this is what can happen. All of a sudden, when we learn how to control our breathing and make it a little bit deeper and notice when we're in that shallow space, we can actually calm our whole bodies down. And it brings us back into what's called homeostasis. And that's a really big fancy word for just meaning that our bodies get back in balance. So if we're out of balance and we learn to breathe, our bodies slowly come back into balance. This can help with our parents when we feel like they're stressed out and we just say, Mom or Dad or Grandma or Grandpa, if you just take a few deep breaths, you won't feel as stressed. Right? It strengthens our immune system. It improves the way that we digest our food. It makes our mind connect to our body. And then it brings that fresh oxygen into our body so that our heart works better, our lungs work better, and we can move better too. And it also helps us sleep better. So just our breath, something that we don't think about very much, it has the power to really change our lives and make us feel a lot better. Yeah. So we're going to practice together just for a second. And I want you to take a few deep breaths with me. And I want you to see how much air you can get in your stomach. So take a deep inhale with me in through your nose and blow up your tummy as much as you can. And then let it all out. Let's do 3 more of those. Big, deep inhale. How big can you make your tummy? And push it all out. That's perfect. And one more time, just like that. You can even think about having like a cup of hot chocolate and bringing it up to your nose and taking a deep inhale in and smelling all of its flavors and then letting it go. Yeah. Raise your hand if you feel more calm now. Is anybody? Yeah, I feel a little bit. Perfect. The more you breathe that way, the more and more calm you get. So like Nicole said, if you're going to be in front of friends or doing something that makes you nervous or excited, just taking a few deep breaths will really bring your system back down, okay? I made a little printout for you guys too. This is a really easy way that you can, without anything, remember to do a few breath patterns. So if you hold up your hand like this, can I see everyone's high five? Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Let's put left hand up. Everyone have their left hand up. Now take your right hand and we're going to start over here by our pinky. Yeah, perfect. And then as we're going to trace our hand, and as we go up the hand, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we go down, we're going to release the breath. Up when we inhale, out and we exhale. Now we're at the middle finger, moving up and breathing in and then out. One more time in and then out. And last time in and out. And just by doing 5 deep breaths and tracing your hand, you'll feel so much better. Yeah. And here's another one that you can practice at home with your parents. This is another one that I think you guys have printouts for. And it's called the box breath. Same thing. We can breathe in for 4 and hold for 4. Out for 4 and hold for 4. So these are 2 really special breath patterns that you can do anywhere at any time without anything to make yourself feel better, to make your body feel calm, to help you fall asleep. Yeah. Perfect, you guys. I hope that you have such an amazing day. And as you're creating your visions and making it fun, make sure to take some deep breaths and remember that you are doing perfect wherever you are. And wherever you are, you have this cool superpower called your breath to bring you back into your body and back into the moment, and to help all your friends and your parents and everyone around you, remind them how to come back into their bodies. Okay? Perfect. Thank you, Nicole.
Great job.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, that was awesome, Britley. Like, even though you sent me those outlines, I didn't experience it the same way I did with you guiding us through it. So everybody has the tools they need to practice their breath work right here. How fun is that? Before a test or before a big game or anything like that. That's awesome. So thank you, Britley, for helping us and being a part of our youth vision mapping.
Of course, love. Thank you. You got a great group here.
Thank you. We have some people joining us too, but you can't see, we've got 12 other people. Yeah, so some people in California and all over. So our next speaker lives here in Austin, Texas, and he is coming to speak to us about his educational career and his hobbies, because he's done some pretty hard work and set some pretty big goals and a vision for himself to get him to where he is today. Mr. Adrian Nunez is going to come up, and I am super close with his mom. She and I work together, and what's really cool is that we collaborate all year long on scary stuff too, like challenges. We get really uncomfortable in work and things that we're trying to do, and we always come together and help each other. And she's been a great support and cheerleader for me, I would call her. So I'm super happy to have her son come and talk and share his goals with you, because he's got a big role model helping him and guiding him. So come on up.
So one of the main things is, well, hard work does pay off in the end. It truly does. I've learned it through football and all the sports I've done. It's just, you just keep grinding, keep going every day. You can't stop, because once you stop, you'll get out of the rhythm, and then it's hard to get back in. Like over the breaks and stuff, when you come back, you just don't want to do it, but you have to keep going.
Good job. You're doing great.
It's hard.
Very hard. You super impressed. Good job.
What's it called? So what really helped me achieve like some of the goals I had was my coaches. My coaches really like just pushed everyone to do the best they could do, best of their ability. They really helped. What really helped me was the stuff they had up in the weight room that we worked out in. It said no excuses. So if you were sick, no excuse, you gotta go. You have to just keep going. And then, yeah, pretty much, well, the outcome was, well, it kind of helped me just find my own rhythm, so you can just keep going and going. It's a little harder than I thought it would be.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
What's it called? So just
tell them about the process.
the process.
Like what goes into it. There's a lot more than
it goes into it.
Yep, like your nutrition, your mom support, people driving you around, like everything that makes it happen, right? Your grades, well, your grades. Now, but getting in there, you had a lot of support getting to before you even drove, I'm sure. So
Yeah,
So
you know.
you're an All-American athlete, academic All-American.
all state.
Was state and
Yeah.
as well.
if you want to repeat it so the people that are joining us virtually can hear you, because the microphone's next to you. So if you want to repeat what your mom said so they could hear it, that'd be awesome.
What's it called? So my mom really helped me a lot with football freshman year, because I couldn't really drive myself around. She'd always take me in the mornings, helped a lot, because, couldn't really get there other than walking.
Yeah.
What's it called? No, but it was just nice knowing someone was there supporting me, even though I wasn't doing the best. Because there was a time where I wasn't starting. I don't know, it just didn't make me feel right. But I just kept my head down, worked hard, kept going, and eventually I got a starting position on the field. That was fun. That was good. My mom really helped me with that. She said, work hard, keep your head down. That's all you gotta do. Did it? It worked.
Yeah.
Tell me how you interact with your grades and school and football. 'Cause that's
Was-
not easy.
With school, I kind of just don't really stress about school as much. It's just something, it's just like I put it off to the side. I mainly focus on stuff I actually want to do, like real estate. I'm at least doing an hour a day, I try to get a chapter a day in right now. But I mainly get only an hour because of school and stuff. So I'm trying to get my real estate license before the end of the year because I want to start selling over the summer so I can get more into the business. And then I also want to become a engineer. That's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. The math is not the easiest, but it's actually kind of fun for me. The challenge, I like it. It's good for you. You want to face challenges in your life because without them, well, not gonna accomplish much. What's it called? You got to face adversity with what you got. Now, there's been a lot more people than I have friends that are in a lot worse position than me, but I still I have the same mindset with them as I do anyone else. Work hard, keep your head down, and they actually listen to me sometimes. Like one of my friends, he was not doing too hot, but now he's turned his life around. He's now going into the military, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got him to turn around too. It was going down a bad path, but
Good job. You're already winning, man. You're up on stage right now
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself in an uncomfortable place.
I know.
You're doing amazing. Right, just, you know.
He makes straight A's.
Wait, how'd you leave that out?
what?
Straight A's starting football?
Yeah.
Tell the story. How did that
No,
happen?
it's not that hard. Again, you just focus on football mainly. School's, I don't know. School for me has always come easy. Not for other people though. Other people, they struggle. A lot of football people.
The mindset.
A lot of my friends in football, they struggle with their grades. They would rush at the end of the 6 weeks to get everything in, which you don't want to do that. When the teacher just gives you work, do it the first 10 minutes of class. The rest of it, it's your time pretty much. If it takes a little bit longer than that, well, just finish the work in class and you don't have any homework. Think about it that way. Finish your work in school, don't have anything else to do. Like if you get homework for one class, but in another class you don't, and you're not doing anything in that class, do that homework in that class. So then you have the rest of your day to yourself. It's kind of
Smart. This is that one.
Time management, yeah.
And it's learning to manage yourself. What we've always talked is manage yourself. You can manage yourself. What happens? Everything else becomes easy.
what's it called? What else is it called? What's it called? What I'm doing right now is, like I said, I'm just trying to get my real estate license done. Going to my mom as an agent so I can start selling, making money. And then what's it
How does
called?
that tie in with engineering? How does that tie in with what you want to do?
Well, okay, how it ties in with engineering is well, I want to be a civil engineer, so it works in development. And so if I know where the properties to develop are, I can get an early start on the development. And then, well, yeah, I can develop the land and sell it for a lot more money than it was worth.
So the competition.
Good job. Very awesome.
Mm. What's it called? Now, I don't really know why I was so intrigued in engineering. It was just the math. I don't know. I like math. Math is fun for me. I like the challenging problems and equations I have to do. I like figuring out. I like working like things out in my head on my own. Sometimes the teacher's not the best, but that's why you just sit there, look at it for a couple minutes, and you just process it in your own brain to think about what you like, how you would do it. And that's kind of helped me. Is not everyone teaches the same, so sometimes you got to figure it out on your own.
What does figuring out things on your own led you to do?
That's a hard one. Kind of led me to, well, be my own person, really. Think individually. You never want to don't follow the herd. You want to be your own person, individual. You don't want to follow other people. You want to be the leader of the people.
And good job. Amazing.
Thank you.
It's so cool on the other side. So thank you so much.
Good job.
All right. Well, how amazing is that? A senior in high school already thinking about his career in real estate. Obviously, that makes me really excited because that's what I do. But super, super proud of you. And thank you so much for coming up and sharing with everybody. Our next guest speaker, I know his mom. We also work together. He also plays sports, but today, something that's really special about him coming and speaking as well is that his mom gives so much to me and has done a lot for me since I moved here. And I really thought it was super special that she nominated or kind of asked him if he would come and speak to you today, because he does a lot of giving back in his community, giving back in his family. And I think his mom even puts in the work and makes him give back and do stuff for her too. But Tripp Riley is going to come join us. He lives here in Austin and he's finishing up his high school education career shortly. And he's going to talk to you about what he's done in his life about giving back and what he's going to continue to do. So thank you, Tripp, for coming.
No problem. Okay, hi there. My name is Tripp Riley. I'm a junior in high school and I'm going to talk about giving back to the community. It's something I've grown up doing for, as long as I can remember. So growing up, I was a part of Sammy's house. We would do different things from throwing carnivals and, Sammy's house, it's a community where you help those who have different abilities and, need different help or whatever it may be. So we would throw carnivals for these kids and we would just kind of give them another home and give them a different way of having fun that they wouldn't normally have, I guess. So, I would help set up. I would help show everyone around. I would make sure everyone had everything they needed. And that was one of the ways I've given back to the community. So another thing I've done with my school, I help put together clothing drives and food drives for less fortunate. Some of y'all may have heard of Mobile Loaves and Fishes. So my school kind of works with them and we just give food to less fortunate, which is awesome. We have book drives too, and we do sweatshirt drives. And basically, when you outgrow clothes, you don't need them anymore. But instead of just throwing them away or doing whatever you might do with them, you can give them back to the community because there's a lot of people everywhere who definitely would love a sweatshirt that you can't wear anymore. And so, just little things like that, giving back to the community. It seems kind of minuscule to you and not like a big deal, but it'll make a kid's year, someone's year if they're on the receiving end of that. And so there's a lot of different things you can do. You can set up blessing boxes where you have a little box in your community or whatever, and people put notes and drop blessings. Around my school, I see you can walk around and on the campus grounds, you'll see rocks and they have little Bible verses on them. So I'll pick them up or coins or whatever, and you look up your little Bible verse and it'll make your day, right? And so small things matter. Like, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. A lot of times what goes unseen is heard the most because you don't need to put a name to the face or a face to the thing that you do for it to impact someone's life. And so I just think, giving back to the community, it's a big part or it's a big deal and brings people together and it's awesome. So I think I'm a big fan of giving back to the community. There's a lot of people who's less fortunate than us. And so any way we can help, like I've grown up pretty fortunate and I don't take that for granted at all. But I also am very aware that other people, need more help than I do. And so I've decided to use my fortune and pay it forward and help people. And so Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but really what I just want to make sure and kind of dwell on is like the little things matter. You might not think it's a big deal, but there's there's another person who will think it's a huge deal. And like what you think is a little Big Mac from McDonald's or whatever, it could be a week changing experience for someone else. So just paying stuff forward, using your fortune to help others it's a big deal. And I really do think that as a community, we need to do it more because it's really important. So, short and sweet, but that's all I wanted to really say.
Great job. Awesome. That's great.
All right, I'm going to grab. Hang on. Thank you, both of our in-person speakers, and thank you, Britley. I'm not done. We have a little bit of extra time, and I think I'm going to put somebody on the spot that's not a kiddo, but I know that Work Hard, Smile Large started off and was primarily based around all my girlfriends and all my mom friends and stuff like that. And we have our co-ed event today, which they're all welcome to be co-ed, and we had our boy speakers, but my husband hasn't had a spotlight yet. And I thought Mr. Matt should come up today. Mr. Matt should come up today and give a few words of encouragement for what the vision.
Thanks. Oh, wow. This is not expected.
No, I'm right there. Something happened with it. Hold on one second. I'm right there. Can you bring yourself here? No. Okay, so we have a couple other topics that can kind of be touched on today, and one of them is affirmations. So I thought that Matt should kind of touch on, Mr. Matt should touch on family and affirmations because it's been really important to us, and that's really why we're here with Work Hard, Smile Large. It was a challenge for us, and Work Hard, Smile Large carried us through our lives, and we're here today, and we have new affirmations that we're going to be saying this year. And Mr. Matt has some big goals to help Work Hard, Smile Large and make sure he gets more youth up speaking and doing things for him too, and what his mission is and what he's trying to do. Mr. Matt tries to help people with their health care, and he's hoping to help our nation with their health care. And so he's going to talk about our family and his affirmations and what that means to him. So here we go.
Well, yeah, I guess we have some extra time. So let's do this thing. Super, super proud of you two guys. That was amazing. Like, this is the hardest thing to do, get in front of people and speak, and you guys did it flawlessly. I've been talking to Nicole, watching Nicole for a long time, and we've adopted a new model in the family, which is yes is life. Yes is now. Find your yes, not your no.
Get comfortable.
So for sure, like, my life changed when I found the word yes. I was a big no person for a long time. Like, rather just at home, rather just do this, rather do that. I'll get my 9 to 5, do my job, work those angles, get your stuff done. But my life has exploded since I found the word yes. I've grown as a person. I pushed myself to be uncomfortable as much as possible. And for all you kids, the more you push yourself out there, get uncomfortable. Watching you speak earlier today was amazing. That's called uncomfortable. This will become comfortable the more you do that. And that is the most powerful thing you can do, is find as much uncomfortable positions, take that challenge, and eventually those stages become very comfortable. And before you know it, you're on a stage like your mom's, like my wife, doing amazing things. And for our little youths out here, it's amazing that you guys are here. You guys are going to learn very early that you guys got powerful uplines to make sure that you guys are pushed for those uncomfortable positions, to work hard and to smile large. Because when you're working hard, you have to find your smile. And it's hard sometimes. You better never forget, always smile. Take the step back to smile. So working hard will lead to smiling large. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't expecting to say anything up here, but super stoked, super happy for Work Hard, Smile Large. Can never be more proud, for Nicole, my wife, starting this whole deal. She's a leader here. She's a leader of our family. Been amazing. She inspires me. She got me to find my yes, and it's rocked my world. So I challenge everybody to find their yes, not their no. Everybody here today found their yes. It's easy, Sunday. We could all said no. This is how you win. This is what winners do. They find their yes. So, and then find your uncomfortableness as much as possible, and they'll become comfortable. And then life's recipe, the playbook, very simple. For both you kids in the football, my playbook got really slow. I see every open wide receiver. I see the play before it happens. I see where life is. I see the recipe of life, and it's easy. But the road to get there, very hard. The playbook slows down. I promise. The last 2 years, it slowed down for me. Okay, so just challenge yourself with your uncomfortableness. Work hard, smile large, get your grades, do what your parents want. Please make your parents happy and you'll be happy. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys coming out today and being uncomfortable and saying yes. All right.
Okay, now we have final touch to what vision mapping has done for me in the last 6 or 7 years. Are you ready for it? Everybody that's here with me has a blank piece of stationery in front of you, underneath your cup, okay? Everybody see that little blank piece of stationery? Everybody at home, hopefully you have one. If not, go find a blank card or a piece of paper today, okay? This is called the magic letter, okay? And we're going to use some of the skills that Britley taught us today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the magic letter and how much it's done for me in my life. Every year when I do my vision map, my friend Sandra taught me to sit down after, take a deep breath and close my eyes and imagine it's 1 year later. So imagine today, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine it's January 2024. And all those fun things you put on your vision map and all that fun stuff you wrote down was just a little bit of what you did this year. And you're going to write a magic letter to yourself, and I'm going to get it from you. I'm going to send some instructions after this workshop today and this event on how to get your letters to me. You're going to write your letter, you're going to close it, you're going to put it in your envelope, and you're going to put your address on there and seal it up. And then I'm going to give you an address to send it to me, or y'all are going to give it to me today, and I'm going to save it in a special file, and I'm going to send it to you in 1 year. You want to know something really funny? I've done this 6 times. And every time I get my letter in December or January, I'm like, what is that? Somebody sent me a letter. I never recognize it. So it's like a fun little present. It's like a fun little present. And every time I open my letters, I have them all up here. Every time I open my letter, I cry, because when I closed my eyes the year before and I wrote my letter and I believed in myself, I proved it. A year later, it's like a stamp on my life. And I've done it so many times, and every time it makes me so happy. And what I wrote last year, I want to read a couple sentences because it's really important for today. Being able to launch Work Hard, Smile Large and share it with my friends, colleagues, and the community has been so rewarding. We will never have everything under control, but I wouldn't change a thing. It fits just right. So that was a part of my letter last year. And that is why we're here today doing these Work Hard, Smile Large events. And when I opened my letter this year and read it, it just brought tears to my eyes, and I let my whole family read it. So this letter is magic because it is you believing in yourself today. Y'all are capable of any and everything, and even more than you put on your vision maps. So can we take a few minutes once we're done here, and everybody who has a stationery with them will close their eyes and we'll do our magic letter. And we'll take our time to do that, and I'll save it for you. That's my job. I'm the keeper of the magic letters, and I get to send them to you in a year. Pretty fun, right? And nobody reads them. They stay sealed up. And we did it at our vision mapping event on Tuesday with all of the adults that participated. We had over 300 people participate. So I'm going to be checking the mailbox for them to send their letters to me. And I'm going to save all of everybody's magic letters, and I'll send them at the end of the year. That's my job. And if anybody needs anything throughout the rest of this year to help you with your vision and your goals, you can reach out to me and to our Work Hard, Smile Large community. Okay. I promise to always help and be there for you. Deal? Okay. So we will continue to have events. You can ask your parents to stay connected with us on social media and stuff. And if you ever need anything, we'll be here to help you along the way. That is all that I have for today. Everybody that's joining us on Zoom, thank you so much for taking time out of your weekend to help us help you. And I can't wait to see your year unfold. And I can't wait to get your magic letters. And you'll have some information following in your emails that you RSVP with. And remember to work hard, smile large. If anybody does anything this year and you wow yourself with your vision and your goals and you achieve stuff on your vision maps, you guys can ask your parents to send me a picture. I want to be there to cheer you on all along the way. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining me. We will have more events. Stay tuned on Instagram, Facebook, and keep in touch always. Thank you so much for joining us for our youth vision mapping. And thank you so much for our guest speakers for taking time and being a part of this. Thank you so much, Britley.